Yeah. Do you remember the Davidsons?
Yeah.
Can you believe that guy's name was Davidson?
Remember how he like pretended that he lived with a family but you never saw them?
Yeah.
Like you would hear voices from in the house but they kind of sounded like him making voices.
Yep. I was looking through my window one day and I saw him sitting in his car combing his head because he was completely bald. He had a comb and combing his head in the mirror, in his car mirror. He tried to kill me. He said he was going to comb his hair with my ribcage. Boy, I'm going to comb my hair with your ribcage when I catch you. It's true I had my feet removed and replaced with wheels and I'm pretty fast, but I have trouble going around corners now. But I will catch you, and I will comb my head with your ribcage. Today I had a tough day at work. My friend said, "How can you work for us when you have the problem we are educating about? What can you educate?" And I said, "I will comb my head with your ribcage if you say another word." He was so bizarre. All he would talk about, anytime any confrontation would come up, "I'm going to comb my head with your ribcage if you say another word. Do you want that to happen?" No. I don't want you to comb your head with my ribcage, Mr. Davidson. I was 9 years old. I didn't know how to deal with that situation. And he would always, every time I saw him, he was eating, what's that type of pie where it's like lime, it's like lime, something? Key lime. He was always eating key lime pie. I saw his groceries one time, and it was just like the back of the station wagon. He had one of those station wagons with the reverse seat. And it was just key lime pies, like 40 of them. That was it. He brought them in on a dolly. "I'm going to comb my head with your ribcage if you eat one of my key lime pies." He was a bizarre human. I wonder if he's on Facebook.
David Davidson?
You just go to the key lime pie fan page and then search for Davidson and he'll be there. "I like to bathe in key lime pie because I like the smell. And I like to smell like key lime pie. If you have a problem with this, I'm going to comb my head with your ribcage."
Do you remember Mr. Davidson's wheels that he had for feet?
Oh yeah, he had those shoes like the wheels came off at the bottom and you could like roll on them.
Yeah, but
he was like 40 and like yeah, I do remember that. He'd like wheel around on them and yeah, he'd have the full like elbow guards and the knee guards and the helmet. And, yeah.
I thought he had his feet removed though and replaced with wheels.
Was that it? I don't know, I was little maybe.
Oh, you thought they were shoes?
I thought they were shoes. I didn't think someone would get their feet removed and then put wheels in.
But they were fairly large wheels, like you would have on an office chair.
Oh yeah, and they kind of rolled like an office chair too. Like you'd hear them coming down the street like that. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, I do remember that now. He'd always have like sports equipment. Like he'd always have like his track shorts on and stuff. Just like, yeah, he was a strange guy.
But and then the wheels.
The wheels, yeah. How would he like work out with like resistance bands? You'd think he'd be like moving around on his wheels, but he stayed pretty steady. Like it's almost like the wheels were fused to his feet or something. Like they were part of him. I guess they were, yeah. You didn't like Joel very much.
No, but
he liked me a lot. Like he'd always just invite just me over and like we'd like hang out in his garage, and I don't know, he'd like bring me candy and stuff, and he liked to play Pokemon a lot because like I like Pokemon. So like he knew all the Pokemon because like I talked to him about them and he like knew all the stats and we could like just talk Pokemon and like hang out like we were friends and yeah.
Would he get really excited about Pokemon?
He'd get really sweaty, but I just thought that was because of the wood stove because he had a wood stove in there because it got cold sometimes. But he would get really excited from Pokemon, like really excited.
Do you remember when he used to challenge you and be like, "Who's better? Can you do a reenactment? Who's better?"
Oh yeah, he'd be like, Greg, okay, who's better, Raichu or Pikachu? And then like I'd answer, and like if I got it wrong, I'd like take off a piece of clothing. Like I never got it wrong, cause like Mr. Davidson, like I'm gonna get it wrong. It's Pokemon. But yeah, he'd be like, Greg, who'd win in a fight, Charmander or Charizard? And I'd be like, obviously Charizard, cause like he's the third evolution of Charmander. And he'd just use like Flame Wheel on Charmander, would use Ember, and then he'd die because he has like 9 health points. And then, yeah, he'd always lose. He'd always take off his clothes, which because he's like a loser. I don't know. His wife always said he was a loser, but he was funny. I like Mr. Davidson.
Wow, didn't he like offer to take you on vacation?
Yeah. Mom and Dad weren't home because it was a Pro D day. And he came in all, again, excited. He was already playing Pokemon. I lent him my Game Boy sometimes. And he's like, Greg, do you want to come to Mexico with me? And then I said, no, because, like, I have to babysit Paul, and, like, you know, yeah.
But
he was, like, a baby, and, like, Baba was sleeping, so I'd, like, watch him. And so I didn't go with him.
But that's
it would have been fun, though. He was really nice. Yeah, really nice. Really friendly. Always smiling.
But he always said Joel knew too much. Like, Joel would peek in his windows.
I think, yeah, like about Pokemon, right? Like Joel, like, studied the game too much, and he, like what do you mean?
Well,
What do you
you
mean,
know,
Joel?
I don't know if you know this, we kind of tried to protect you, but, like, he was sort of arrested for being, like, stalking kids at the elementary school.
Oh yeah, my friends, yeah, he used to hang out with us a lot. He'd come over and play Pokemon with us, and sometimes he'd, like, dress up like Pokemon. But they weren't Pokemon, like, he'd come in like a bunny suit, but he said it was a Pokemon, yeah, he liked bunnies. There was a bunny, he called it, well, there was a bunny and a rabbit, I don't know, he said they were different. He had an Easter bunny, which was different because it was like yellow, and it had like a little basket, and yeah. And he had a teddy bear, actually the teddy bear was his favorite.
What I'm going to tell you, there was a building they were talking about on the History Channel, and there was a piece of rock, must have been about 15 feet long, by about 4 feet by about 2 feet. And the only possible way it could have got there was aliens. The son of a bitch, they used levitation to levitate this SOB into place. And it's the only possible way. Think about it. It's the only plausible explanation. Like, you take the sun's rays, the wavelengths, you multiply those by the rotation of the Earth, divided by, you know, the day's radiation, and you got your answer, man. Okay? I don't know why anybody doesn't fucking listen to me and they don't believe me. I think I'm pretty normal. Telling you, the History Channel's got all the answers.
Is it, you called it the Conspiracy Channel?
Conspiracy Channel. I'm gonna go donate $5 right now. Well, math's everywhere. Like, I'm looking around, I can see math all over the place. Like if I look at the 20, then I can read a lot faster. I don't know.
So you're stretching? What are you doing?
Yeah, like I stretch my legs a lot more now, so I breathe faster.
Breathe
Because
or read?
Read. Like right now I can read like 15 words a minute, but I figure if I'm 20% more flexible, I can read 40% faster. Because the amount of time that I was spent thinking about how I should be stretching more to become flexible, now that energy I dedicate to. Yeah, well, you like the rollerblades. Didn't you want to be in like a roller derby or something? Well, I guess I can see why you got confused when I said he cut his feet off. But, I mean, you're supposed to be interviewing me. It's not my fault if I got sidetracked by details. Yes, okay, what I was trying to say is he bought a pair of blades untied them and fit his feet into them and tied them up. And he was wearing rollerblades. And that's true that he didn't cut his feet off and replace them with wheels, but his feet did disappear, and he did have wheeled feet in place of them. So, if what I said was a little confusing, then I think it's your fault. I was like 6 years old.
Did he ever play ice hockey, or was it just like, did he just rollerblade around?
Well, we tried ice hockey, but it was just water, so our feet got muddy.
Right.
It wasn't frozen. He said that if you left the garden hose running overnight in the morning, there'd ice rink, and we did it, and it was just muddy. There was mud everywhere.
Yeah, because where was this?
In our backyard.
Where was that?
Shellac.
Yeah, so it's not gonna freeze over.
Well, it was summertime.
Do you think?
Well, he did like to dress up, but
As what?
I didn't have like a rat.
He dressed up like a rat?
Yeah, a rat wearing a wedding dress.
A rat in a rain dress?
Wedding dress.
Oh, wedding dress. I heard rain dress.
Yeah, he was dancing around. He must have spent hours on choreography because it was incredible. He had the entire what was that movie? Flashdance or something? He had the entire choreography, the entire movie of Flashdance memorized. He was doing this wedding dress. It was pretty incredible. He didn't even have the music. You could just tell it was all in his head. He'd be nodding. Okay, you'd see him and he'd be doing his rib cage thing. I'm going to comb my head with your rib cage or whatever. And then all of a sudden you get that misty-eyed look. And you always knew what was coming when you got that look in his eyes. Like, his head would like get heavier in the back and just like, and then he'd like be like almost about to cry, and like you could tell there was a wide range of emotions going under the surface, and they weren't quite sure how to express themselves properly, and it just came out with perfectly choreographed every single scene from Flashdance perfectly with no music. Like, we didn't even know what he was doing until someone was like, hey, that's Flashdance. And then we went and watched Flashdance. It was perfect. And then asked him about Flashdance. No idea what we're talking about. Like, come to think of it, that guy was a little strange. Now that you're mentioning it.
Yeah, did you hear about when he got arrested?
No? Tell me more.
Yeah, you knew. I think you just kind of blocked it out. He was like hanging down at the schoolyard with Greg's friends.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
But it turned out he just wanted to like be a dance teacher. And he didn't really know how to go about the professional route, you know?
He didn't seem like the type of guy who had like a resume or a phone.
Just a lot of skills, but know where to use them.
Yeah, he was really an underappreciated talent. Yeah, he was the guy who crashed our grade 6 grad party.
That was weird. Why did he do that?
You really had to go to the bathroom, number 2, and he's like 80 years old. I don't know, what's that thing where they irritate their bowels?
IBS?
Yeah, irritating bowel syndrome. He had that, and I guess he had eaten like a bunch of gum, but swallowed it. Somehow that worked well with his bowels were really irritated at him. And he had devastating diarrhea. And he burst through the doors. He's like, where's your bathroom? And no one knew what happened. Because people were like going up to the front and getting their diploma, and this old man bursts through the doors and goes, where's your bathroom? He started diarrheaing all over himself. And he's trying to hold it in, like he's holding his butt from trying to keep the diarrhea inside of his bowels because they're irritated. And he was running and he slipped. And it was coming through his ankles, like through the bottom of the pants. and he hit the floor. He slid on it a little bit. he lay there, acting like a diarrhea angel. Like he was laying on the ground, like spread out in watery feces. I don't know.